All right, so this is my second session working with this horse. I just kind of came out here, turned the camera on, got mic'd up, and she's kind of trotting around me. She kind of assumed this kind of trot around me, so I'm going to kind of throw a little mental redirect in there and say, hey, every time I'm out here, every time you're out here, you don't really need to be running around. I'm just going to rock that weight back. Rock your weight back, please. Get your feet unstuck. Let's get her going to the right. All right. So for the sake of learning and me kind of filling this horse out, I'm just going to kind of let her trot around me generally. And I know I just said I'll kind of throw in some little mental redirects, but I kind of want to see what we're working with. Yesterday didn't really have any surprises for me. Yesterday wasn't really spectacular in any really shape or form. Haven't seen any real bolting. She seems to be doing pretty stinking good. One thing that I haven't asked her to do online is I haven't asked her to canter. So today I'll ask her to canter. I didn't ask for that. But before I ask her to canter, I'll make sure that some of the lessons that we taught yesterday are retained today. And some horses retain things very quickly and they're solidified very quickly. Some horses, it definitely takes them a while and takes the consistency and the repetition of training for those things to settle in. So here I'm asking her to go around me. A horse can't throw their shoulders out and bolt if their head's facing me. So I'm going to ask her to kind of go around me. I want those hind feet to be making a little bit bigger circle than her front feet. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Anytime those shoulders come in, she's coming into my bubble. So I'm going to push those shoulders out. And then I'm going to say, hey, let's see if I can't get you kind of going around me in a circle with your hips kicked out a little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. And then see if I can't say, can we keep some forward motion or some lateral motion, I guess. Not really going forward. With your hips kicked out. Getting that rope around her legs like she was yesterday. Not as bothered, as bad today as she was yesterday. All right. Coils out of my rope, back her up. Backing up is not necessarily her best thing by any stretch of the imagination. So that's something that I can definitely work on. And that's something that can definitely 100% fall into a horse not moving their shoulders, whether it's on the ground or when you're riding them, is they have to have that backup. Like I said during my last session, they have to rock the weight back in order to move the shoulders. It just has to happen. See if I can't get her going to the right. Ask her for those hips. That's not bad. Yesterday it was her right side where she was getting kind of goosey with me, kind of kicking out, kind of showing a little bit of attitude, if that's what you want to call it. Today, not so bad. All right. Looking pretty good. So, back her up. If I repeat things a lot, then those are the things that are on my mind. So I repeat back up a lot. You please back up. Thank you. Lead, nice. Very nice. Compare that to my last session where I had to drive her when I sent her off and she wouldn't just kind of be sent off from the fill from that halter. All right, so now we're gonna ask her for the canter. There's several ways to do it. I'm gonna kind of coil my rope up here. Just gotta move that, get my flag untangled. So you gotta move that nose, move that shoulder. All right, that's what we're, all right. All right, we found it. Horse takes off like that, drop your flag, get a hold of your rope, get a hold of your horse. All right, now we might have something to work with when we ask her for these higher gaits. Send her off. I'm gonna kind of keep her nose towards me. All right, all right. You'll notice my left hand's very steady. She's kind of cross-firing, and that's fine. I'm holding my left hand steady so that my left hand's a fence post. So she's only going to be fighting herself. Now, if she is to bolt, I'll actually let her drift a little bit, and I'll let her kind of get committed to her idea of leaving, and then I'm going to slam the brakes on her. So let's try this again. Now she's counter-cantering. This is kind of a small circle for this big of a horse, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to keep driving her forward. Left hand steady, and I'm going to drive her forward. Left hand steady, drive her forward. Ask her again. I'll let her commit to that idea, and then I'll stop her. I'll let her commit to that idea. Power position, stop her. If she were to leave again, I'd let her go, commit, and then I'd stop her. So went that way, got stopped. Went that way, got stopped. Went that way, got stopped. Say, well, heck, that ain't working. Maybe if I stop, turn, face, and wait and start thinking back to the handler, the pressure will be released. And you know what? She's right. She's leaving me again. I'll let her be committed to her idea. Well, not that committed that time. So I'm real big on letting that horse go. That's why I got a longer rope on the horse. Get that horse committed, and then I'll double him around. And doubling is comes from the old word el doblar, Spanish for fold. She takes off, I'm going to set on that rope and fold her in half and teach her that she can't run through that halter, she can't run through that pressure. All right, send her off again. Ask her for a canter, which I'll lead my hand forward, lead my left hand forward, start the pressure back behind her tail head. Okay, I'll let her get committed, and then I'll double her. And say, hey, where are you going, big girl? All your reliefs right here. Throw your flag, get control of your rope, get control of your horse. So let's see how committed she is. I'm a pretty committed guy. I want to see how committed she is. Ask her for a canter. Oop. I'm still kind of walking up towards the point of her hip. So I'm kind of putting pressure on that hip. So maybe she'll kind of let her leave, let her leave. Well, that was a lot less eventful. All right. The reason I'm not in a round pen is because I don't want the walls to be stopping her. I want her to be stopping and to stop bolting, not because of the wall surrounding her. I want her to stop bolting because she's respecting the halter. She's thinking about me. She's thinking about what I'm doing, as opposed to having some big walls contain her. Drive that nose. She's a bit frazzled right now, which was fine. So in that moment, I just kind of kept the pressure up. I didn't increase the pressure. Ask her for that canter. All right. I don't know if you can see this, but my left hand's open on that lead rope. I'm ready to close it, you betcha, but my left hand's open, so my hand's just holding the weight of the rope. Effective brick wall, did some skiing, stopped, turned facing weight, said, well shoot, that didn't work. You're right, it didn't work. But there's a bunch of scratches right here, sweetie. No need to leave. And laugh. I mean, what else you gonna do? Just laugh, work through the process. It is all good. Ask her to back up. Ask her to back up. One more step. All right, now compare that backup to her previous backups. That was one of the straightest backups she's given me. So she's starting to get balanced, starting to understand the program. Lead, oh nice. A little bit of pressure over here. Manage my rope. Left hand's open. I'm gonna try to keep her kind of focused on me with my body directing that hip, as opposed to me pulling on the rope. She wants to leave, she can leave. If she wants to leave, she can leave for about 10 or 12 feet. And then we're gonna put the old emergency brake on her. Ask her for a canter, get away from the fence there, ask her for a canter. I didn't go skiing nearly as far as that last time. Progress. Slow but steady. Ask her for that canter again. Lead her forward. Bring my flag up. Smooch. Where are you going? You ain't going nowhere. But I'm allowing her to commit to leaving me. I'm letting her do that. I got ready. Oh man, I tried to get away and it didn't work. By golly, shoot. All right, so a great question that some people might have is why does a horse counter canter, or why does a horse crossfire? Barring a physiological issue that they might have, whatever lead they're on in the back, that's the lead that they're on. So if they're on the left lead up front, but the right lead in the back, they're on the right lead. And a lot of times that can tell you where the horse's mind's at. So they're not balanced, and that can a lot of times be an indicator that they're thinking out, which is obviously what this horse is thinking about sometimes. Good swing of the shoulders, I'm happy with that. Pick up the old canter. And right now, hey, you know what, that was really good. You know, I didn't ask for that, but she started to pick up the canter, and then at least that thought was a whole heck of a lot better than taking me dirt skiing. So I will definitely reward that. That at least tells me that she's starting to think about me and the center of her circle instead of the rest of the world. So I will definitely take that. Loose hand, open hand on my rope. Okay, I'll take that too, but I'm not going to take that every time, because she does need to move her feet, and she does need to learn to continue to move her feet while we're working. You'll see me flick the tail of my rope a lot. That's just me kind of straightening my rope out. That's me kind of getting the coils out of my rope. Just a little bit of rope safety there. All right, thanks, sweetheart. Let's keep going. Let's go left. Move your shoulders. All right. Flick that rope. She's like, wait a minute. She's like, wait a minute. Every time I canter and I'm thinking out, I get the brake slammed on me and I got to stop, turn, face, and wait. So we're kind of getting somewhere, but like I said, she's got to start to learn to do things in motion. Cantering in a circle is a very basic maneuver that she definitely needs to learn. And I brought another tool out with me, and I might grab it in a minute. All right, so what I'm gonna grab now is my stick and string to maybe get a little bit more effective with her. Bring her back down this way. Nothing changes. Lead. Okay, thank you. Lead. Drive those shoulders. Thank you. And I'm moving my feet quite a bit. That doesn't bother me one bit. I'm not a huge proponent of you have to keep your feet still. If I kind of stay behind that drive line, then I am effectively pushing her forward with my body. And when I'm riding, I have life in my body. And when I'm not riding, I don't have life in my body. So, when I'm walking around like this and there's life in my body, well, she ought to be having some life in her body. Now she's true cantering. Interesting observation, she went from the crossfire to the true canter and then got a little bit bothered by it and stopped. Just something to be aware of. Learning her balance maybe. All right, good. That was either the halter or the fence stopping her. Doesn't matter which one, she got her stopped. So she's backing up, so she's gonna hit the pressure of the halter. Hit the pressure of the halter, and I'm gonna keep this pressure up. I will drift back towards that drive line. I'll shorten my lead rope. I'll drift back towards that drive line. Shorten that lead rope. Drift back towards that drift back towards the drive line. Move forward. Send her back over to the left. Pick my hand up, ask her for her hips. Not too bad. It's a hot day. She's not the most perfect physical specimen. She's out of shape. Lord knows we all are. Got some good progress on that left lead. Now we're gonna start the right lead. Hopefully start the right lead. We will see what we got going to the right. How about that? Ask her for the canter. Okay, good. I say good, she kind of tripped a little bit. She's not really 100% sure where her feet are, hence the crossfire and the counter canter and the tripping. But when I asked her for the canter, she sped up. So I'll reward that speed up. Before I get my canter, before I get a higher gait, I got to get forward motion. Hey, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. All right, we're almost cooking with gas. Anytime she's really committed to leaving, now she's kind of turned into a little cream puff. That was nothing. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. I'm saying good not because she's crossfiring, I'm saying good because she's not dragging me, she's kind of sustaining this canter. Probably just pick up my left hand, ask her for her hips. All right, much better. So second day, she did some bolting. Nothing too serious at all. Definitely saw some progress. So hope you guys learned something. See you next time.